These are our first batch of potatoes. They're fingerlings.
All those right there by Albert. So what was going on with them is they developed wilt, and so the ends started getting yellow and they weren't looking so hot. They never flowered. If you look down there, you can see those at the end of the garden. They're starting to flower, which with every flower you get a potato, really.
So we got supper. Some meat and potatoes.
Yay.
So what are we going to plant in there next?
I don't know, but we've got barbed wire, so we could.
Chicken wire.
Or chicken wire.
Well, we need to plant something in there because that's good dirt.
You just can't plant potatoes.
All right, got to go eat some potatoes now.
So pretty cool. I was pretty impressed. I'm like, yay. So let's do it.
Well, as you can see right there, we have a forest fire going on here. I'm going to try to zoom in on it a little bit. That is not good for being out here. We did talk to the property owner out here, and he did indicate that the fire department had been notified of the fire, and they're on it, so it's under control. But this is how dry it is out here. I mean, we actually got rain last night, and a lot of rain, and there was a potential that on the video that I shot last night that there were smoke plumes from lightning strikes, and you know, that was kind of a false call. But now here the next day, over the valley that runs down here, we're not at our cabin right now. We kind of came up to the higher grounds because we smell smoke, and there's Nikki. So we're playing fire patrol right now because they're, you know, we're in the cabin and we're just hanging out, and next thing we know, we smelled smoke, and that's not a good thing out here.
No.
So
No, it's
I
not.
jumped up on top of the cabin roof, which is normally what I do when I want to see scenery or sight or anything like that. I'll jump up there and and either start video or get my binoculars out and see what's going on around us. But I mean, it's pretty country out here. This is you know,
Oh, cold.
kind of wanted to go up there to that mesa up there, but there's no road up there. But the smoke is intensifying as the fire department is out there handling it. They told us that it was under control, but you know, this is like one of those fears. You just wake up in the middle of the night and everything around you is on fire because you know, either natural cause or somebody just didn't take the precautions to put out their camp stove or threw ashes somewhere they didn't belong, or just a simple cigarette can create a whole hell of a lot of problems out here for a whole hell of a lot of people. But it's a nice afternoon. We were actually anticipating on watching the comet that's supposedly out here somewhere, but we got this big ass cloud here. That is a huge cloud. That is a huge formation. It starts right there, and it's just like this big circle of a cloud. Beautiful sunset, but you know, when there's a fire like that going on, and luckily there's no wind, because if there was wind out here, it would be a pretty bad situation. But the winds are pretty mellow out here tonight, and so we're just going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it doesn't come our way, and they can get it under control. I don't see any helicopters flying. Usually they're dousing those things with some kind of helicopter fire retardant water concoction that they use, but I don't see anything. But anyway, just another exciting evening out here. 9,000 feet. I think I'm above 9,000 feet right now. I think we're more along the lines of 9,500 feet, close to 10,000. We pulled up out here in this field. We went four-wheel driving up here. There was a big buck out here, a nice white-tailed buck out here. And he kind of just looked at us like, what are y'all doing out here? Y'all don't belong up here. But he kind of looked at us and then trotted
Just
off.
a little bit of an update on that fire situation. It is under control. The smoke has dissipated, but you know, it's like you go from one extreme to another in situations like that out here. And I'm going to show you one of those extremes where one moment you're laying in a cabin and you smell smoke. It's like, what the hell's going on? And then you go to investigate and finally figure out what's going on, and realize that things are being under control. So I'm going to jump up on the roof here of the cabin. And this is my favorite place to come to look at sunsets and whatnot. And I'm going to turn this camera around because the sun, I showed a cloud earlier, a large round cloud. There's something rustling around in the bushes behind me. And I don't have my shotgun, so, oh, it's Kaya. It's the dog. But I'm gonna step out of the scene here,
And you can see how blue it is. This way it's just blue. And that big cloud that I showed you earlier, this is that big cloud. And it's just so beautiful out here. The sky, the colors that the sky took on. It's just nice out here. I really one extreme to another. I mean,
the camera doesn't really do any justice
for the beauty that's out here. But you know, back here we got blue, nice grayish skies, and over here it just takes on a orange, salmon, and blue, the colors of nature. I don't like to zoom in ever, but that mountain range back there
You know, that's off in the distance.
But I can kind of hear
The heavy
machinery. The fire where we were back then when I showed the plumes of smoke. So there's another mountain range on the other side of this mountain range that I can't quite see because of the elevation that we're at. But if we get up a little bit higher, like I said, about 9,500 feet, you can see the other mountain range that the smoke is billowing from. So this mountain here actually blocks that view. Like I said, I can hear the heavy machinery, whatever trucks, tanks, or whatever they're using over there. But
Anyway, just wanted to share that evening experience with you. The clouds are moving.
I can't get over the clouds out here. These clouds are just so amazing out here. The sunsets. So of course that's the west off that way. So the sun is setting that way.
But other than that, just kind of wanted to share, and you know, just it's one of these afternoons. I can't believe, you know, me and Nikki were at the top of the mesa, well, midway to the top of the mesa, as far as we could drive up to see where the smoke was coming from, and I believe it's probably about 62 degrees right now in the evening. It's nice, cool afternoon. I'm actually getting a little bit cold just being out here, but it is the weather conditions out here are so pleasant when they're in agreement with you. So right now it's kind of cold. So you know, once we get bundled up in the cabin, it really doesn't faze us. But like tomorrow morning, when we wake up in the morning, it'll still be in the 60s, and then it'll gradually climb up to about 70. I think we hit 80 degrees a day. So low humidity, pleasant weather. We did get rain yesterday, but it's just still dry. I mean, it's still dry enough for there to be a fire out here, but more clouds.
I love the cloud shots. Those clouds are amazing. The trees, just the way everything is
In harmony out here. Everything is in harmony out here. Nothing out here is in disharmony.
You know, even the fires, when you get the fires out here, those all also,
Also have their purpose.
but their purpose is not to just be careless and humans burn shit down because they're careless. Those clouds are badass. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, and like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.